The first way that we're going to look at using Google Tools as a productivity tool is to look at how we can use our Google account as a place to store and save our files. One of the features that Google Tools offers is its Google Drive. It used to be called Google Documents about 6 months ago, but it's converted over to Google Drive, and it's a place that you can upload and store files of any type from your computer, from any computer, to this Google Cloud that they provide for you. So the first place that we're going to go ahead and click is the Google Drive, and you can find that at the Google dashboard on the internal menu within the browser itself. You can also find Google Drive under the More category, but I'm going to go ahead and click on it right here, and that's going to take us to our Google Drive. When you first access Google Drive, it's going to go ahead and give you a welcome to Google Drive. And Google will always have some sort of a welcome screen for any new tool or new resource that you'll be using from them. One option that it's going to ask is if you would like to install Google Drive for Mac or for PC on whatever computer you're using that can act as a quick access to your Google account to any stored files. That's something definitely worth exploring, but for right now we're just going to access using our Google Drive through the browser. Over on the right hand side, my target will point out on the side here is where we've got our Google Drive, and the icon we're going to be looking for is the Google Drive with the arrow pointing up, where it's the actual upload button right there. And that upload button is what's going to allow us to go ahead and upload a document from our computer to our networked Google account. I'm going to go ahead and click on the upload, and here's actually the first feature that is worth using Chrome for. When we click upload, it gives us the option for files or for folders. And right now, if you click upload on Safari or on Firefox, it'll only give you the file option. It won't let you upload an entire folder to your Google Drive. So that's one of the reasons I would definitely recommend using Google Chrome, to be able to upload an entire folder in just one click. I'm going to go ahead and just click on Files for right now, and that's going to go ahead and give us a Finder window, which is going to want us to go ahead and point to where the file is. So on my left-hand source column, I'm going to go ahead and click on my desktop, and over here I've got an example folder that I'm going to be using. And within that example folder, I've got an example document. I'm going to go ahead and single click on example document, and I'll click the open button. It's going to go ahead and give me an upload status in the lower right hand corner, and right now it's telling me that the upload has been complete. Below, I've got the example document.docx telling me that it's remained a Word file here. And what's important to notice is that the conversion has been off. This is important to notice because sometimes it'll ask if you want to convert a file. If you're just uploading a file that you want to upload and store and then download later on, you just want it to be basically saved, you want to make sure that the conversion is off. I like to make sure that that's off so I can upload my document as is, as I created it originally and as I'd want to download it later on. Now that my document has been uploaded, I'm going to go ahead and close the little upload status window. And in my Google Drive now, I've got my example document listed for me, listing me as the owner and was last modified, in my Google Drive, ready for me to either access later on, view within the Google Drive, or I can download, re-download on this computer or download on another computer. Once a file has been uploaded to Google Drive, if you need to go back and double check that it's the same document you wanted to that you had uploaded, and you just want to basically see what you've got in there, you can go ahead and click, and it's going to let you preview exactly what the document's got in there. All text and all graphics and anything else should be in there. In the lower right hand corner where my target's going down to, you've got then some options. You can open it up, and it gives you options to open up in a Google Drive viewer that'll let you see what the document actually looks like. Or you can go ahead and download it to a computer that you're at or to another file. I'm going to go ahead and X out in the upper right hand corner of my viewer. So we can now take a look at another way that we can upload a document to Drive that actually is going to convert it from the original document that it was into a Google document that you can then access and edit within the Google Drive and within the Google Tools. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go through the exact same process, but before I do that, I'm going to go over here to the little settings, the little gear with the pull menu on the bottom. I want to go down to the upload settings, and over to the right in the flyout menu, I'm going to tell any other documents that I want to upload to convert uploaded files to a Google Docs format. That'll take it from an original format such as Word and change it into the Google format. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on, and now I'm going to go through the same process. Back over to the upload, click and scroll down to files. Now I'm going to lead my computer to the example document that I had before, and I'm just going to go ahead and double click on it this time. Now the upload is complete. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and X out of the upload status window. Now you'll notice that the example document that I have just re-uploaded has a different icon at the beginning. Rather than a Microsoft Word format, it now has a Google format. And the difference is now if I were to click on this document, it'll open up in a Google document. No longer am I just able to view it to see what I've got there, but I can also start editing it. I can make any changes I want to. I can add text, I can take away text, I can add graphics. Everything I was able to do in Microsoft Word, I'm now able to do here. This is a great way to be able to work on the fly, especially if you don't have access to Microsoft Word on other computers that you may be working with. I'm going to go back to my Google Drive by going up to the name of the example document and click the arrow that tells me back to Google Drive. And now that I'm back to my Google Drive, I'm noticing that I'm starting to, in just the span of a few minutes, start to fill up some of my space there. So the last thing I'd like to show you today in terms of saving, storing, is now organizing in our Google Drive. Next to the upload bar is the create button. And we'll be exploring many of the different create options in a little while, but the one I want to take a look at right now is to create a new folder. Folders are perfect for organizing, and they've always been perfect for PC and Mac, and these are really not a new idea, just using them in a new place. So I'm going to go ahead and click on folder, and it's going to instruct me to go ahead and name a folder. This will be an example folder, and I'm going to go ahead and create that. And the example folder is going to go ahead and find itself also within all the different documents that are starting to populate my Google Drive. When you want to start organizing, it's easiest just to start dragging and dropping files into the folder. Folders will always appear in the main area of your Google Drive, as well as over on the left-hand side underneath the My Drive heading. If I double-click on my folder or find the arrow, it'll go ahead and open up the folder on the right. You can always see where you are, My Drive, example folder, to let you know exactly which folder you're in, starting with the drive. But each of the documents that I've uploaded are now within the example folder. If at any time you decide it's time to clean up, which is always a great idea, I would definitely suggest double checking what the document is, and then checking it on the left hand side, and then clicking the trash button. You can always undo these actions. One item was moved to the trash. If you didn't mean to do it or you're unsure, go ahead and undo, and it comes right back. You do have quite a bit of space to save in, so don't feel like you have to be throwing things away constantly. But you'll see in just a little while, as you start to add more folders and more files and more documents, that your Google Drive can require a little bit of organization. Next, we'll be talking about working with our Google Documents and the different things we can create within them.